This video is brought to you by 128 loads worth of laundry detergent on my floor.
I'm doing it.
Some days they do be like that. They do be like that though. Good morning, my friends. Well, if you've clicked on this video, you probably already know how my morning is going. My plan for this morning was to film a very cozy, peaceful Monday reset, because Sunday resets don't work in our house. Sunday is family day, and we don't want to spend the whole day cleaning. But this morning did not go as planned. I did have to end up using 11 clean towels to clean up all of the laundry detergent that was on my floor. And the thing that makes it even worse is that I placed a grocery order late last night to get here first thing in the morning, specifically for that laundry detergent. I heard a crash. I came around the corner, boom, it was all on the floor. And so now, after I have spent over an hour dealing with that disaster, and I have one rug that is just hanging over my porch for now, just dripping out, we are going to try to turn this day around a little bit. I was thinking with all that bad juju, I'm like, maybe I'm just not supposed to film today, but I was like, you know what? I still have to clean my house, things still have to get done, so we're just gonna take this energy.
It might be negative energy,
but we are going to turn it into something positive and just have that fuel everything that needs to be done. I filmed in this spot specifically so that you can see a little bit of the chaos that's going on in the background. We obviously recently just moved a few weeks ago. If you're new here, you don't know that, which,
By the way, hi.
but if you're new here, welcome. My life is a little bit of chaos ever since we just moved. This is like our dream apartment to live in for sure. I think that the layout just works for us so well. I feel like the kitchen is big enough. I really like how it has like a little mudroom when we come in, especially because I have two young kids and like we need to be hanging up backpacks since they both go to school. Speaking of, I do have a kid home from school today. He was just coughing quite a bit and I don't want him like coughing germs on other kids. But I feel like it actually worked out for me because I had to use so much time this morning with the laundry disaster that it was kind of nice to not have to do a commute to another school this morning. And I'm able to just use that time to clean instead. Things that I'm hoping that I get done in this video today are definitely cleaning the kitchen and tidying up the living room. I also want to be able to plan out next month's content, maybe get a little bit of editing done, potentially venture into my room, which is mostly clean. I just have like a few things from the move that are still all over the floor. And then I also have some picture frames that I want to be able to mount in our dining area. Something about the dining area is just like not feeling right now. I also want to get more of my book read that I'm currently reading, which is really short. I think I might listen to the audiobook a little bit, see how I like that. If not, then I'll probably just switch to my rage cleaning playlist.
but what is that book?
The book that I am currently reading is The Hounding by Xenobe Purvis. I got this as an aardvark book box pick. And number one, the cover is stunning, and I feel like it's like a cool literary fiction type for this month, and I'm liking literary fiction a lot more. But also, it's a book that's less than 200 pages. I'm about halfway through it, so hoping that we can finish it and talk about it today. It's really interesting, but I will talk to you guys more a little bit later about this book. For now, I think the first thing that I want to do is just get my dishes done, and I feel like I'll feel a lot better about life from there, and then just tidy up the kitchen, get the kitchen completely done, and then move into the living room. This mess is crazy.
Every single towel that I have, it's clean, right? It's clean and full because I'm keeping up my laundry.
Figure out where the best spot is to put this. Like, part of me really likes it sitting here on the island because the island is such a big surface and I feel like maybe this breaks it up a little bit. But then I wonder, does it look weird that we only have something on one side? I don't know. You guys will have to let me know. My other thought process is to potentially put it on our dining table, but our dining table is rather small, so I don't know if it looks balanced. And then my last thought is to potentially put it on the ottoman, just like when I'm resetting the house and I want it to look good when people are coming in. I've seen some people use their ottomans like a coffee table and still put things on it, but I don't know, you guys will have to let me know what looks the best. Okay, so the kitchen reset is done, and I tried to get a bit of a wider angle for you guys because I know I had a few people in my comments asking for a house tour, so I figured I would try to show you guys a little bit while I was doing our little rage clean reset, whatever it is that we're calling this video. But this is what the kitchen looks like. It's more of like a galley kitchen, if that makes sense, because it just has like one wall of cabinets and then we've got our island. It is nice to have a bigger island in a bigger space since we have less space in other areas. Like I don't have as much counter space as we had before, but with this I definitely do. However, I'm noticing that it's becoming kind of a catch-all for all of our stuff, so I'm trying to reset it at night and just clear it off, but during the weekend it definitely accumulates stuff because I want us to be enjoying our weekends together, not really worrying as much about cleaning. And I wanted to show you guys a little bit of the fall decor that I've put in here now that the room is clean. I actually got this 6-pack of frames. I think it was at either Home Goods or TJ Maxx. It was like $30, and I added magnets and put it on our fridge because I feel like it's just making it feel a little bit more homey, a little bit more spooky for the season, and a little bit more vintage, which I like that vibe. I've also tried to add some fall touches in here with just like my little ghosts that light up at night, and then I have my little like apple cinnamon broom over here, which smells really good. I have a little cauldron candle, and then I had gotten this tray at Home Goods, I believe, kind of cute, just above our oven. And then down here I just have some candles, which you guys will have to tell me if this even looks good here, but I don't really have a lot of spots for different decor in our house. I feel like because our house is now more of an open concept and we have downsized and moved into a smaller space, I feel like I have a lot of decor that doesn't necessarily fit, and so I'm just trying to fit it little places without it looking too cluttered. So I thought it might look good over here. Let me move you guys closer so that you can kind of actually see a little bit better. So yeah, I have them moved over here. I normally have 3 glass jars, but my chocolate chip jar is empty and it's washing right now, and I have my little Alexa that I need to figure out a better spot for it. I almost want to see if there's a way to mount it up here or something, but yeah, I have the candles, and then over here I just have this little skeleton candle that I got last year from, I think it's the Target Studio McGee Threshold line. That was a really good price, so I just have it over here with my cookbooks. I really would like to figure out where my little hooks are because I feel like this would be cute, just having my oven mitts hooked up here. I also have my apron that I could hang on the other side of this little wall. I don't know if you can see, this is kind of like a little wall, but for right now they're just sitting here causing more clutter. Anyway, so we have the kitchen done. The last thing I need to do is to vacuum the runner that's in here, which I will show you guys, but I think I'm gonna tidy up the living room and then vacuum all the rugs in this space instead of vacuuming this and then vacuuming over there when I'm done over there. So let's go tidy up the living room. That was done actually pretty quickly. I feel like the good thing about having a smaller space and like a cozier space is it's really, really easy to clean up, which is nice because before I felt like I was so overwhelmed all the time by our house. It's clean, it's done, everything's vacuumed, and I don't know if it's gonna stay like this long term, but I've been kind of playing around with putting things on different sides, putting the couch on a different side. I recently took our middle piece out of this couch because when I bought it, it was for a bigger living room. I felt like it was just kind of cluttering the space. Just everything was, the big couch was taking up most of our living room. So I feel like it's looking quite a bit better. And then I also feel like with holidays coming up, then I can move it over a little bit and then put our Christmas tree maybe in that back corner. Showing you guys a bit of a different angle here. Tonight our project will be mounting this TV, which I feel like will help a lot. And then I'd like to get some type of a container, like a decorative container with a lid that we can put like our Switch remotes away, because right now I just feel like it clutters and takes over. Takes a little bit away from the decor as well. The one thing I will say is that even though I love this console, giving you guys a bit of a closer look here, I feel like the tone of it, even as much as I love it, it's making our living room very one note. Like, I feel like we're drowning in taupe right now. Our couch is like a taupe color, and then it's kind of similar to this wood color, and then the arms of the chairs back here are that same color as well. And so part of me has kind of been thinking about potentially ordering a console that's more of a darker, richer wood, maybe something that would kind of match the bar stools, if that makes sense. Let me just remind you guys the color of the bar stools. So we have like a darker, richer wood over here, and I feel like if we added a little bit of that over here into the living room, it would give a little bit more dimension and just make it feel not only just warmer, but I don't know, more well balanced, if that makes sense, because we also have like a gold frame on our TV, and the antique gold is the same color as the console. Does that make sense? Something in here just needs to be switched. I also feel like the console's a little bit long for this space. Originally, I had this console right in front of the mirror over here that you've been seeing in the background that has a ton of laundry in front of it. I've seen a few people on Pinterest having their big mirror behind a console, and it just makes it a little bit more balanced out if you have a smaller space. So I've kind of been thinking about doing that. But this console really is so long, and my husband was kind of like, this is a little too big for this space, and it was blocking the laundry room door. Part of me is thinking about putting this in storage, just because I really feel like unless I'm able to fit it into my husband's office, which would be a good spot to put it, I just feel like right now it's just a little bit too big for our space. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think. I just think that we need a little bit of dimension in this room. Everything is looking like it is the same tone. Another idea I had is switching out this ottoman for an actual coffee table, maybe something that's a little bit of a different tone. But I know we do like putting our legs up on this ottoman, especially since our couch is smaller. I am just not sure. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I love home decor, and I want it to just feel a certain way. I want it to feel really balanced in here as far as textures, colors, all of that. And right now it's just feeling really one note. So if you guys have any advice for me at all, or just any thoughts, please let me know. But yeah, for right now, the living room is done. Again, we're gonna mount this TV, and there's gonna be a little bit of a dimension there. Depending on where the TV's at, maybe we'll even be able to put the bigger vase that I have up here, and maybe that would help. I don't know. I'm gonna take a break because I feel like I've done quite a bit. I also vacuumed the rug in the living room, and I scrubbed the floors in our hallway because I just feel like dirty feet have made their way, you know, when you have kids. And it's just been, I just had spots. So I got on my hands and knees, scrubbed all of that. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, maybe read a book or something like that, maybe go down, touch some grass, and then we will reconvene, probably starting either in the entryway. And I think what we might do potentially is either the entryway or my bedroom next. I haven't quite decided where we're going with that one, but that's what I'm thinking. I just did some editing and some lunch because I have no chill. Normally at lunch, it's really nice because Tim works from home, and so we get to spend our lunch break together. So normally we just chill and do whatever it is we want to do. We either go down outside to where the hammocks are, or we just do like our separate hobbies or whatever we want to do. So we're going to take a break to do that. But first, I wanted to say that I did open up the frames and I forgot how giant they are. They're 26 by 26. I'm going to show you exactly what they look like. Let me just pin this up here. Look how giant these frames are. They're absolutely gorgeous. I worked with a company called Frame It Easy. This is my first time working with them, but I've done projects with them before. You can't really tell what this like on top of it. Let me see if I can take off it's got like a protective cover on it, but basically it's a huge white mat, and then the actual picture size is tiny. You guys can't see that. I need to take it off. The point is it's a huge frame, and I am thinking that the spot that I had before is not big enough. In fact, I know it's not big enough, and it's just like it's physically impossible. My second thought is to move the mirror and put the mirror, which will fit in that spot over there, put the mirror there, and I think it'll make our dining room feel a little bit bigger when we're sitting in it. And then do like the pictures here, which the space would be big enough to have 4, and then we could put like a little brass lamp over it. I'll show you the lamp that I'm talking about. This is the lamp that I was talking about. It's like a little photo lamp. It's brass, and then it will go above the 4, and then it would be really cool because going into the holidays, I've seen people hang like little wreaths, sprigs, and maybe like a ribbon, and it looks really pretty. And I also feel like I've been wanting to do something something in that spot. I know before I was talking about a console, but I just am not trying to buy a console anytime soon. Like that was in the future I was thinking about. But if I do the picture frames there, then eventually what I could do is buy like a little bench and then have like a little bench there potentially. So that's my thought process with this. So I'm really excited about this. I am going to go ahead and measure the middle and find some really cute candid photos. We generally get family photos done every single year, but one of my friends, something I love about one of the gallery walls in home is she has this beautiful gallery wall, and I will see if I can get her to send me a picture of it, but she literally took iPhone photos, her favorite candids, and just put them in black and white, and it just made it seem so cozy because I know a lot of family photos can be kind of staged. Obviously, they're all staged, but it was just really cool in my mind to think like, oh, these are like the unedited, the just everyday, really represents your family a lot better. And so that's kind of my thought process. I'm really hoping that these are not going to be too huge for that space. Originally when I measured them, obviously we were in our bigger house, but now we're here and that's fine, and I'm really excited to work on these. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to have a little bit of a chill lunch break, and then it'll just cut to me hanging up these photos. Oh, you guys, it is now almost 8 p.m., as you can probably tell behind me, but if there's one thing that I always underestimate, it's how long and how annoying it is to hang up frames. Anything to do with decor, I normally do it in the house because like I want to do it, and I never want something that we do in the house to be something that seems like a chore. But let me tell you, hanging frames, an absolute chore. It was already kind of annoying to do the bottom two, but then I'm just not tall enough or strong enough to do the top two by myself, especially because I needed to hold the lever underneath it. I needed to make sure that it was perfectly lined up with the bottom one. It was just too much. It was a two-person job. And this all could have been a lot easier if I would have just found my laser level, but I could not find it. I think it's just in a moving box somewhere. So here we are. It was highly annoying, but it is done, and I'm so happy with it. I feel like between the laundry detergent and having to wash the towels multiple times to get all of the extra laundry detergent out of them and then hanging the frames just like took up most of my reset. But hopefully this was still somewhat enjoyable, and if it wasn't enjoyable, I hope it was at least relatable. Some days they do be like that. They do be like that though. Anyways, I also realized that even though I read this book today and I listened to it on audio, I never really gave you guys an update of what it was about, and I wanted to do a quick one for you guys. A quick one, we'll see. Because if there's something about me, I can make a long story long every time, and I don't know how to do it any different, but I'm going to try to make this kind of short. It's really interesting because this book is told in the different perspectives of 4 different villagers that live in this town back in like, I want to say like the 1500s or 1600s. It was after the time of witchcraft, so maybe it's 1700s actually. Anyways, this is a reading channel, not a history channel, so I don't know why I'm fixating on that. But anyway, it was kind of like right after the time of witchcraft and like people being burned at the stake, but still accusations kind of like that could be really damaging to a person's reputation. And essentially there is this town that is fixated on these 5 girls, these 5 daughters. Both of their parents died. Their mom died in childbirth, and then their dad died shortly after their grandma just passed away as well. So they're being cared for by their grandfather, and because of the different way that they've grown up, 5 girls on a farm, and then we have the grandpa who's raising them, they are just different. They're a little bit different. The townspeople just have this different perspective of them, that they're snobby, that they're some type of a way. It's really interesting because even people who don't necessarily see them that way, they do see them as different, and they all acknowledge in their own way how different can be dangerous. And so you can kind of see how one bad seed, one of these perspectives in general, he just is a hater of women, and he has an interaction with these girls, the Mansfield girls, that he is totally in his head that, oh, they think they're better than me. And he one day starts to spread a rumor that is very damaging to these girls' reputation, that they essentially have the devil in them, or that they have been turning into dogs, like they have the capability to turn into dogs. And so the townspeople just one by one turn against these girls, even the pastor of the little town and just all of that. I'm not all the way finished with this book yet, but so far everyone is just kind of turning against these girls. And there's one villager who went to the pastor for help. He didn't know about it, and then she quickly realized that it was a mistake, because now the pastor is totally just going with the story and villainizing. It carries a message about honestly how hard it is to be a woman, how perception can kind of be everything. It can ruin your reputation, and unfortunately what a ruined reputation does to a girl or a woman. It's very, very interesting. I'm really enjoying it. It's a very quick read too if you need some kind of a palate cleanser. It is less than 200 pages, and what's really cool about it is so far it's a rumor, but you're also kind of wondering, is there something that they can do? Because some of the perspectives that it's told in that do care for the girls, they're also noticing weird things, and you can't tell if it's just because they're kind of slowly being poisoned by the town against these girls, or if something paranormal is actually happening. Anyways, that was a lot of yapping, but that concludes this little reset video. We were able to clean my living room and my kitchen, and then we got some frames hung, and then we dealt with a whole laundry fiasco. I was really hoping to get at the very least to the front entryway of our house, but 'twas not to be, and hopefully I'll get to that later this week. And then next time I do a reset video or more of an official house tour, if you guys want to see the rest of the house, I can do that as well. Anyways, my friends, that was a very chaotic video. If you've made it to the end of this video, wow, you're a real one. You're a trooper, and you just deserve all the good things. If that's you, please feel free to leave like a laundry themed emoji for that fiasco that I had to let me know that you made it to the end of this video. And as always, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know that you want to see more like it down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!